Hi, my name is Tony Namdi and I'm the founder of reinventforsuccess.com. And today I'll be sharing 5 things to know about Belbin. So first of all, we need to consider what Belbin actually is. Now, it's been described as a cluster of observable behaviors in a team. Now, Belbin himself argues that optimum teams should possess all 9 team roles. Now, for example, in a team of, say, 4 members, ideally they would each possess 2 to 3 of the necessary roles in each cluster. Now, these clusters can be subdivided under 3 orientation areas. So what are the team roles and orientation areas? Now, for the sake of consistency, we'll use Belbin's definitions. First up, we have the action-oriented roles, which consist of the implementer, who's needed to plan a workable strategy and carry it out as efficiently as possible. Thus, he tends to be practical, reliable, and efficient. Now, next up is the completer finisher. As the name suggests, most effectively used at the end of tasks to polish and scrutinize the work for errors, subjecting it to the highest standards of quality control. Third in this group is the shaper, who provides the necessary drive to ensure that the team keeps moving and does not lose focus or momentum. He tends to be dynamic and thrives on pressure. Now, the second group is the thinking-oriented roles. That consists of the monitor-evaluator, who provides a logical eye, making impartial judgments where required, and weighs up the team's options in a dispassionate way. Second up is the specialist, who brings in-depth knowledge of a key area to the team. Now, the third, which is one particularly close to my heart, is the plant, who tends to be highly creative and good at solving problems in unconventional ways. In other words, the ability to think outside the box. I rated highly in my Belbin score as a plant. Now, the third group is people-oriented roles. That consists of the resource investigator, who uses their, he or she, inquisitive nature to find ideas to bring back to the team, tends to be outgoing and enthusiastic. Second up is the coordinator, who's needed to focus on the team's objectives, draws out team members, and delegate work appropriately. He clarifies goals. Now, the third but not the least in this group is the team worker. Now, he or she helps the team to gel, using their versatility to identify the work required and complete it on behalf of the team. He or she tends to be cooperative and diplomatic. And these are the 9 Belbin roles. So what are the 5 things to know about Belbin? Well, hang on. I wasn't referring to the founder. I was referring to the Belbin team roles. So here's point number 1. Self-perception inventory or inventory. Now, this relies on the accuracy of your own judgment. So what do I mean by that? If at the time of filling out the self-perception questionnaire, your opinion is subject to bias or one form of inaccuracy or another, this will have a profound effect on your Belbin score. In fact, as one way to remedy this, Belbin themselves recommend you have some sort of feedback mechanism as a way to ensure that the Belbin roles you have scored are actually the ones you possess and use in a team role or team situation. Point number 2. Nothing is predetermined. Roles adopted may depend on the abundance or scarcity of skills as well as nature of task. By this I mean, for example, myself as a plant, if I was in a team which already had 3 plants, due to the fact that there was an abundance of this role, this could impact the extent to which I could perform. Equally, if I was uncomfortable with the nature of the task, due to unfamiliarity, or this was way outside my comfort zone, this could very much influence the extent to which I felt I could assume a certain role, i.e., a shaper, becoming the leader.
Point number 3. Now, Belbin doesn't account for two very important factors, namely commitment and motivation of team members. Without these, the team is definitely heading for failure, and I don't care how many team roles may be adopted or used in a given task. For more information on this, see Tuckman's Phases of Team Development.
Now, point number 4 is an interesting one, in that Belbin works to one's own strengths, not weaknesses. And a good analogy for this is that of a football team. Now, would you put your best striker in goal or your best goalie as striker? Absolutely not. You put them where they will have the greatest impact. And thus Belbin builds on the scientific study of positive psychology. And for more information on this, Google positive psychology. Now, our 5th point is essentially that there is a correlation between the alignment of job tasks and job satisfaction. And why is this important? Because if a job description containing job roles or tasks is aligned with your Belbin profile, undoubtedly this will lead to greater job satisfaction because your strengths are according to or in harmony with the job description you've been given. And that's powerful. So in sum, what have we seen? Essentially, Belbin is a useful tool for individual and team success. However, and it's a big however, success relies on much more than performing in the right roles. It also has to do with motivation, commitment, and nature of task, as well as the abundance or scarcity of collective skill sets. So here's a question worth considering. Is Belbin for entrepreneurs? Because by sheer definition, an entrepreneur is someone who goes solo, who takes on the responsibilities and risks on his own. Now, that's what I'll be discussing in my next video. But if this video about Belbin was useful to you, if you found value in it, please hit the subscribe button below. And then you can look forward to my next video installment. Thank you for listening, and this was brought to you by reinventforsuccess.com.